I own a Mark 8 GTI with your software. I use 91 octane fuel with methanol injection kit. I flashed with 93 octane map. Do you recommend other, or should I go with as is?
That's a impossible to answer question without looking at the data, but we don't generally like to rely on water meth. It's a fickle beast, and I have yet to see a long-term solution or installation that anyone's done that's really been rock solid reliable. So if you're on it, you're maintaining it, you're really paying attention to it all the time. Sure, do it. It's your car, do what you want. But we do not generally recommend them just because it's never been no matter how much people spend on it or how expensive the kit is, I have not yet seen one that's been a fully trusted, reliable solution.
Yeah. And we do not recommend running a 93 octane map with 91 and water meth.
Again, because it's,
you just don't, you have no idea if your octane is actually
the octane change, and then the per cylinder distribution is usually all over the place with water meth. Usually depending on where you put the nozzle, you'll get a much heavier deposition in like the rear cylinders and the manifold, or vice versa if you got the nozzles pointed somewhere else. So it's it's not something we generally try and lean on. I know a lot of people run them, and a lot of people will swear by them, but we have a lot of data that shows that they're not a super well engineered solution to that problem.
Yeah, I really kind of wish water meth would just go away.
And the problem is it does work, and there are people that it is making some things faster.
The meth is
yes, the fuel, the additional fueling, but most people don't know or don't understand the consequences or even know what's going on, and it just happens that they're getting away with it for X amount of time.
We have long clip outs about this if you want to go watch them,
yeah,
on why water meth does sometimes make more power.
Yeah, and it does work in some situations, but again, relying on it for your day to day is
it's not, and nothing that you can say I now have 93 octane, the equivalent of 93. You cannot say that. There's no way. So you do stand a chance of either making less power or damaging your engine.
Yeah, until you get into the really crazy advanced setups where you've got per port injection that is properly metered with full, basically fueling distribution control.
Yeah.
That's when you can start looking at relying on it. But when you put a nozzle in a tube, it gets...
Well, and it would be something that we develop here at 034 Motorsport, and there's a map for it, and we say run X amount of meth, and it's a very defined system.
Yeah. And ideally, there's feedback to the stock ECU for that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So if things are working. You've got flow meters, and you've got obviously your closed loop control working. So
yeah.